We got our laser synthesizer. Let's check it out. Oh, interesting. New update. Don't have to worry about that part. We'll see if we remember. Actually got burned on the card dealer because they gave us a new motor. I didn't know that. And I put in, I think, the right one, but I wasn't sure. All right. What all do we got here? That's cool. Electronics. You've got the Arduino in the breadboard. Nice. That's part of the membrane. Battery. Fidget spinner. Ooh, that's smooth. Suppose you would expect that. It's a fidget spinner. All right. Ooh, the speaker. That's going to go there. Bunch of little parts. Extra little parts. Screws. Can't lose those. Let's go ahead and put that with this right away. Other way around. USB-C in. Speaker cord goes there. Out of box. And you get a little card to be able to put the laser on right away. That's it. As you always get, the QR code to go with the video. Ooh, I didn't realize that was damaged. Hopefully it is okay. Alright, so to help me keep the bolts and stuff separate, I was like using one of these. It's magnetic, so it works fantastic for the screws. So I have not watched the video on this one. I normally do. Don't know why I didn't. I just wanted to jump right into this one. So we will see if I make any issues or make any problems that I'll have to look back and fix. I tend to at least do one or two. Most of them aren't too bad, but you never know. The little rubber bands are the worst things to lose. That's good. All right. First part looks like we need to get the base set up. I always think there's going to be an extra part up top that I don't see. So you've got the top board, you've got the bottom board, some other circle part, that's going to be part of that likely, and a couple different framing sets, again probably for that. Let's slip those off to the side for now. Just don't want to ever lose anything. That's always the concern. Don't need you. So we have our part, and we need little bolts and the little stands, short stands. First time I've seen them in a smaller mini bag like this. I need 4. 2, 3, 4. And 4. Right. Come from the underside, pop it up, screw it in. The nice thing is after you've done several of these, considering this is box 10, you kind of get the hang of it. You kind of know what to expect to some degree. Every once in a while, one throws you off. Balance Bot was one that was quite a bit different considering it had the unique PCB in that one. That was pretty cool. Very simple build though, actually, for as complex as it is electronically, mechanically, and programming wise, the build was very easy. I did like that one. All right, so we've got the 4 right there. Then you have the touchpad. Ooh, I like that sticky sound. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So it's got a little bit of, it's a touchpad capacitive resistance, if I remember right. So it's not as much your iPhone as it is more pressure. And then you've got the kind of relay strand that passes on the signal. First time seeing anything like that. I'm curious to see where that clips into. Oh, looks like we're getting that part a little bit later. So make sure we have that in the right spot. Ooh, there's a plastic cover film. Surprisingly enough, this on the laser tag was the most painful thing to do. It's getting that plastic safety covering off. There we go, there we go. Ooh, I like that sound. Which is good because that's what the laser synthesizer is all about, although it's not that sound. This is where that magnetic stuff works fantastic. Keeping track of all of these screws. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the underside. Probably should have kept that on a little bit longer. On away. There we go. That is 1. Make sure I had that still right. And 4. Number 2. That's not me. There we go. Number 3. And the number 4. So it's funny how they say, this will take us 10 minutes to build this in the video, but it will take you a half an hour to 5 hours. Not 5 hours typically, but it is a little bit longer than what they go through because they go through it so fast. Ooh, that's not good. Got that little piece underneath. I need that. Hopefully I didn't crush it. Pro tip, which they probably do in the video, and since I didn't watch it, I didn't know about it. Although it does say a little bit later, pro tip, the ribbon cable is fragile, so push it gently into the adapter after I just crushed it. We'll see. So don't do that. Don't be like me and don't crush it. All right, we got some soft pads, which I haven't seen yet. There they are. Oh, there's the gear. Speaker. I'll save that for later. Need the ones that are flat. Yep. And basically, what next to the corners? Now we need some of the electronics. What all do we have here? This looks like your input. Auxiliary jack. Yes. Auxiliary jack, you have your IR sensor. Similar to the Domino Robot one, where you've got the double. Little different placement, where the Domino Robot points directly out. These are pointing up. But same concept. So now we know how to use those. Also use that in the tripwire trap one as well. That one's set up. So here's another headphone jack. Got a couple different jacks there, interesting. Potentiometer, another jack port. One's going to be for the speaker and one's going to be for this. That makes sense. Okay. Ooh. What kind of setup is that? This is what I'm looking for, the ribbon. Save that for later. What else we got? Ooh, the caps. Oh. I'm going to save those for later. So the potentiometers, these little guys here, then you have a cap that goes on to just make it look nice, is really all it does, but it controls it. Then there's a nut that helps screw all that together. We will save that for later. All right, we're still good. We're good. Good. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself as we are working on this one. Oh, okay. So the little black part, which I'm sure you can't see on this edge, kind of folds up. I'm going to slide the ribbon in and then pop it down into place. Definitely see how this, there we go. There is a little slot inside that you want to slide it in. I feel this is, okay. Definitely see this as a failure point you have to be careful about. Pro tip. We'll see if I did the pro tip right or not. We've got the bolt to put this down in the touch. Oh, it comes from underneath with a nut. Those are plastic. Interesting. All right. So we'll come up underneath, pop that on, hold it down, and then twist it on. Easier to hold it down from here. Yeah. Doesn't have to be crazy tight because there's going to be a cover on top, now that I think about it. Just needs to be secure. The light IR sensor, or as they put it here, the prox. It's confusing because the diagram is the other way. Makes me nervous. Otherwise, same setup. Got the bolt coming through the bottom. Come on, little guy. There we go. Bolt coming through the bottom with the nut on top. And these guys, if you lose them, you're going to lose them. These are tiny. Good to go there. And then what is next? You have one auxiliary, which simply goes like that. And same thing, bolts up from the bottom. Nut from the top. So far, it's pretty straightforward and simple. Some you need to watch the video to really understand what's going on. The string plotter, that one is crazy. That one is crazy. I actually just built that the other day. That one gets intense. Haven't even tried. Ooh, just about lost it. Haven't even tried it yet. Heard the plotters had a lot of problems. And then I just got this one in the mail today and decided to jump ahead because this one, everyone's excited about this one. And apparently no one else is gotten it yet, so I get to be the first. I want to show it off on the Discord. You can check us out there. Hack Pack Discord. Check out the link in the below. What do we got? What do we got? All right, we're good there, good there. And the bar of potentiometers. What? Okay, that goes in this top section. And come through there. Which way? Okay. Ooh, that's a little snug. There we go. Okay. This is where those nuts come in from here. That's it. Empty. Although there are 4, which means 1 is for this. I'm just going to put it with that for now. Otherwise, I might lose it, and I don't want to lose it. So these just help anchor this to the board so it doesn't move. That'd be nice, Vada. That'd be nice, Vada. Wrench or some type. We're gonna pliers. Don't have them here. I don't know. There we go. These are the dials for the gain, the root. Which way do you say it? Root or rut? Rut beer or root beer? Which category do you fall in? You might be able to guess what region I'm from when I say what kind of pop is a root beer. Yeah, I said it. Pop. What's your favorite pop? Huh? Comment below. What is your favorite pop? For those that don't want to mean soda, cola, beverage, carbonated flavored beverage. All right. What was that? Oh, hopefully that was empty. Bolted down. Throw it on. Okay, so so basically you want to set them where they all are fully at their minimum level, so that way your dial matches that. We'll see if it works. Definitely another place where somebody misses that step. It's gonna get them. It's gonna get them. But it does say pro tip. So if you're not a pro, that's your problem. Turn the bolt so the lines are facing the left. Crank it counterclockwise. Make sure the knobs are turned all the way to the left. Again, it like reinforces. Make sure that this lines up the way it's supposed to go. Okay. Then we have our fidgety spinner. There it is. Fidgety spinner. Okay. This is definitely the part that I would have liked to have seen how they did that. It could be that. Actually, oh, there they are. There they are. Okay. At least there was one. Where's the other one? Okay. There it is. So they are really little tiny guys. And they're in the red bag with all the other red things. The longer bolts, which to that point, I don't know if I have the right bolt. It's only the two options, so it must be the two options, one of the two. Okay. Got that. Then we've got this little stand. Oh, that goes underneath. I'm getting out of control here. This is where you start to lose things. So this is the top piece. Ooh, like I said, you just about start to lose things. Whoop, that did not stay. Alright, that one is quite loose. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Might have to put some glue or something on one of those. I do feel it's gonna keep falling off. That's nice. Spinny spin spin. Pro tip. Alright, time to put the top on. Simple as... It's not simple. Something seems to be fighting it and I don't know what part. Okay. And then bolt it down. I do like how they put the hex on the end. That was a nice touch. I do like that. Appreciate that quite a bit. Yeah, this build's coming together pretty quick. So we've got the main soundboard, control board, almost done. Then you have the speaker, because it is a two-piece to that. You have a control board and a cable that runs from this to the speaker. And then from there, you control the sound and you get the power from it too. Although, where does the Arduino go? Oh, it goes right there. I see. It's actually the next step. Anchor down, anchor down. All right. We get our breadboard Arduino microcontroller Nano from CrunchLabs. Clear. Take the little foamies off. And of course you've got your preset coloring. That always helps. Make sure you have the right coordinates. What's the word I'm thinking of? orientation. Orientation, not corientation. Funny. Well, that side's cool. I like that. That is a nice design fit there. So you've got a little slot for all the wires to come through. And this just fits perfectly right in there. Just have to take the sticky tape off. Get all the wires in that gap. And try and oh yeah. Ooh. For a second there I thought I put it down the wrong way. Worst part. Worst part. That anchors well. Now you've got all the wires right here. You just have to throw them in. And you do have all the color coordination to make it easy. Core part is you have your red and black. Make sure those go in the corresponding colors. That would be the first biggest mistake that anybody could make and make it difficult for it to work is by putting those in the wrong spot because you short it and damage. Yeah. Show me the colors. Maybe that's better. We'll find out. This is one of those concerns, biggest concerns that you got when you're wiring is you just have a loose wire. It just doesn't like sitting in there properly. So sometimes you need to kind of warp or kind of bend the wires to get them molded. So that way they fit properly the way you want them to. And of course, if we have any issues, we will double check the wiring. Good. All right. I think we are set with that base part. Now we move on to battery pack. Which, oh, that was close. I don't want to lose those. So we got the battery pack. Is there a top or bottom? It doesn't look like there is. Over that way. And the screw. There we go. I can at least see this one. And I honestly wasn't paying attention. It's a circle, so it does. Okay. I don't think there's a true orientation that it needs to be. But sometimes you find out a little bit later that it was supposed to go one way and you did it the other. It doesn't work. Not always. It's not always the case. Simple. Yeah, this is a nice little build. Everyone is excited about this one. There's a lot of people that are, the few people on the Discord that are big into music are going nuts about this one. Dan actually gave us a demonstration, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a live demonstration in one of the, what we consider the office hours live streams on the Discord channel where the product designers from HackPack actually join in the Discord and have conversations, show off some of the new stuff that are coming out. And Dan showed us all of the cool things that you get to do with the laser synthesizer, and everyone is excited. Everyone is pretty stoked seeing just how cool this one looks and all of its potential of what you can do with it. Oh, I don't like those ones. These ones always get me. So you have to put a bolt through the center here, but then slide the nut in the middle. Let me put something, here we go, in the middle there to be able to anchor it down. We had to do this with the IR turret, and those come loose on a regular basis. Need 2 of those. The trick is to get that washer halfway through where you can hold on to it from both sides to then push the bolt up and finally get it anchored in, which I can't tell. Ooh, what is going on? Yeah, this is a little finicky. Let's try it this way. Much better, much better, much better. This one makes me a little nervous because if you go too tight, you might splinter the wood. That is pretty stable. All right. Rinse, wash, repeat. You just did it and you're still having problems. Where you think after you do it one time, you kind of understand how you need to do it. Doesn't always work that way. Okay, one bit more. There we go. All right. Okay. We got 4 more of these foam stops. There it is. Ah, ha, ha. I was losing it. One, 2, 3, 4. All right. Stand good, battery good. Okay, this is where I need these 2. It is both. This is the section of anchoring the speaker to hold it together. So you take the sticky part and stick it to one of these. Both of them, they go on the inside and then pull out to anchor it with the bolt. So the bolt goes through the hard part on the inside, so that way the foam can kind of taper to the there we go. Taper the inside a bit to give it a cushion but still anchor it well. And then you screw on the wing nut washers, if I remember right. Where are you? There you are. ring cardboard is not cut perfectly for this where it's catching the bolt. There it goes. All right, so now we've got a speaker stand. You can kind of see, have a little bit of flexibility in there to move it so not it's too tight. Ooh, don't do that, don't do that. I'm just about unraveled the inside of it. Not good. All right. More garbage. Step 26. Done. 27. Done. Pro tip. Tighten bolts so the speaker cylinder can still move. Done. Now we've got the cool parts. So this is to the front face of the speaker control panel, which has a lot of cool, oh, that's right, put that on there so I didn't forget, and I forgot, all these other little ports need to go in there. So what all do you have access to? So there's an auxiliary one, there is a, looks like a power cable, USB-C or A. That's not good. Okay, that might be a bit of a problem. Although, okay, hold on. Take a closer look at this. There's what looks like to be your power cable that goes in here. But on the board, it's sitting too high. Yeah, this is easy enough to adjust. It's just a two-prong on the back, so you can press it down a bit without ruining it. It does need to fit in this little gap here, and that's what I was noticing, is it doesn't. So, there it goes. There we go, there we go, there we go. Once you get that flush, I'm hoping, yep. Put the washer on for the potentiometer, anchor it down. Now you have your faceplate. Still doesn't want to, here we go. Yeah, keep an eye on that one. So you can kind of see. Here we go. Let's try this. Does that work? There we go. Cool. Do want to make sure that one's nice and tight because that anchors it all. And then once again, turn it all the way counterclockwise to make sure it is minimum set up. And then put your dial to minimum. So that way it matches. That would be a fun hack just to mess around with people, is to actually turn it all the way up. Set it down and people think it's down and it's way loud. There is another anchor bolt. It goes on the front faceplate right above the power. And we are good. All right. Move that over there. Now it is speaker time. Cool. I've actually got a bunch of different type of speakers. I have to try them out. Grab them from different, what do you call them? Different type of projects that other people have done, such as games that I've taken apart for fun. Just a fun little hobby that I would do on occasion. So which way does this go? So bolt from the front, nut in the back. All right. Rinse, wash, repeat. I'll be curious to see just how loud this can get. Keep in mind this is using a fairly small battery. This is what, 5 volts? Yep, 5 volts, 2 amps. So it's not a lot when you consider it. Ooh, this one is a little awkward. And number 4. Other big thing we'll be able to figure out, just thinking out loud, because this does have an auxiliary, so it can be used as a regular speaker for plugging anything else in. So if you have another device, even your computer, if you have an auxiliary cable to plug into your regular speakers like I do, you can use this instead. So it actually just becomes a cool little portable speaker. And you have the adapter for like your phone. You can use it for that too. All right. Then we just have to sneak this underneath. Red. Okay. Be careful holding on to that. I've heard it cracking. There we go. So yeah, don't press holding on to the base. Use the PCB to kind of straight down. Otherwise you might snap that. Okay, you've got the 4 getting to these. 2, 3, 4. That's the 4 bolts. And essentially creating this little gap. And that's going to basically just slide in between that. I think about that. Because I know we do have to put the membrane on too. Which I'm really curious where that. You do have the back side. Okay. Settle down. So close. We're so close. We're so close. Yeah, overall, this isn't that bad of a build. Ooh. Oh yeah! Almost reminds me of Power Rangers. I don't know why that came up. It's the silver thing in the middle. We are good there. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So I do have some sound. How well you can hear that. Typical buzz that you would expect from something just being plugged in. Okay. Then we do. Ooh, you can see that through that. So you got a little bit of background there to be able to see the light. That's better. And we are built. The question is, what can we do? Ooh! Let me try something. Because this isn't like a phone where it needs your finger pad. Yeah, so you can use something a little bit more tougher. So instead of what happens when you do the whole thing? There we go. Okay, that one hurt. Woo. If you know your notes, you can actually do some pretty cool stuff with this one. That's cool. It's pretty cool. So it's just a simple touchpad. And however you go up or down, just picks the different tone you are on. Kind of like a violin where you don't actually know where the pitch is. You can learn it just by distance movements. Pretty cool. And the fidget spinner. Pretty cool. We're going to end it there. Have a good time. Thanks for joining us.